G'day, guys, and welcome to Raging Rhino. I think we can all agree that Elon Musk is one of the most loved and probably one of the most hated people in the world right now. I love him personally. I think he's great. I think for what he's done in regards to buying Twitter, especially, and giving this platform the ability to have freedom of speech has been an absolute game changer moving forward with the current society that we're in today. But today he did an interview with Jordan B. Peterson. And of course, Jordan B. Peterson here says, well, that was fun. Thank you, sir, to Elon Musk. So they sat down and they talked about a whole vast range of different topics, from climate to Trump to wokeness to absolutely everything. I don't think that there was anything that was really off the table in regards to what they wanted to talk about. But there was one part of this that I actually personally didn't know. Now, I might just be completely naive and I might have just been living under a rock and just haven't heard this before. But there was something that he said in this interview / conversation that really pricked my ears and made me think, wow, even some of the biggest people in the world, some of the most powerful people in the world, some of the richest people in the world can still get sucked in by the woke mind virus. And of course, Elon talks about that this is the catalyst that gave him the ability to want to go up and destroy the woke mind virus.
Welcome to the party, pal.
So in saying that, he talks about his son, Xavier. Let's just take a listen to what he has to say here.
It happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so
it's fun. It's crazy to me to think that this man could have been tricked. It really blows my mind to think that Elon Musk could have been tricked into this, into essentially allowing his son to become a daughter, so to speak.
There was a lot of confusion, and I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset.
Incredibly evil, and I agree with you that people
evil
that have been promoting this should go to prison.
That's
so I was tricked into doing this, and it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs.
Again, it blows my mind to think that Elon Musk didn't do his own research into this. One of the smartest minds of our time. And he didn't think to research this before he goes and just allows his son to go on puberty blockers. Absolutely unbelievable to me, but it is what it is.
So, anyway, and so I lost my son, essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
all right. So the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by.
Now I do want to point out that Xavier isn't actually physically dead. He's talking about his son just basically not being his son anymore, and that has killed him as a man growing up in this world. So I do want to point out that his son isn't actually dead, but the woke mind virus that he goes on to talk about very shortly here killed his son, in a sense.
Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
Yeah.
The other thing too with Jordan Peterson, he's got so much empathy that even hearing this story from Elon chokes him up a little bit. I have no doubt that Jordan Peterson he's gone through his own trial and tribulations with basically the wokeness and the bullshit going on in the world and him getting his license removed and all of that sort of thing. But, we've seen him break down on a few interviews here and there. And this guy's got that much empathy that it hurts him to hear this stuff. And I have no doubt that he's heard it from so many people in his time. So at least these people can actually have sympathy and have empathy, despite the fact that, Jordan Peterson's probably sitting there thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. How could you possibly be tricked into this, Elon?
So
Yeah, and there's lots
Okay.
of people in that situation now.
Right.
See how
It's not
hard it
pretty,
is for him to
and
talk
lots of
about as
demolished
well.
kids.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
So-
that's a good reason to be the final straw. All right, so let's.
So I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that.
Jordan Peterson
making
doesn't
some
really know what to
progress.
say.
join the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Join the club.
It happened.
We are all in this position. You know, we see it. I obviously don't usually cover stuff like this. I'm going to start moving more towards covering just things that interest me and pique my interest, not just the Star Wars stuff that I've been covering for the past 4 years. But this is really interesting because it's not just like, obviously, we're seeing a lot of wokeness being brought into our entertainment. We're seeing a lot of wokeness just being flooded in our streets and in people's views in schools and stuff like that. And it's about time that we all start getting together, the people that are against all of this stuff. And I have no doubt, and I know that there are people out there that are shoulder to shoulder on all of this and marching forward in regards to actually destroying wokeness, because it is a virus and it does destroy the world and people's lives. And of course, people's lives are in the world, but you get my meaning. It destroys individuals and again, it blows my mind that Elon Musk didn't do his own research on this and he just allowed it to happen. And I have no doubt that this is some of the reasons why he decided to buy Twitter. These are the reasons why he is now doing what he's doing, giving Trump $45 million a month to help him with his campaign. You know, it's absolutely unbelievable to me that Elon allowed this to happen to his son, and I do feel sympathy for him, and you know, I'm sorry that this has happened to him. And it's like, I think I talked over the top of it, but Jordan Peterson says in this that that's going to happen a lot more. The regret, give it 5-10 years down the track, and the amount of regret that these kids, these families, maybe not so much the parents, because some of them are actually psychos. Some of them are actually really crazy. But give it 5 to 10 years, you see all the regret coming and what happens to the world because of that. I mean, I couldn't even imagine where we're going to end up in 5 to 10 years' time with all of this stuff that's been going on. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. I feel sorry for you, Elon. I'm sorry that this has happened to you. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we're doing our own research when it comes to this stuff. And of course, let's destroy wokeness. Let's get rid of this stuff out of our entertainment, out of kids' schools, out of the world, so that we can continue living our lives a lot stronger and a lot better. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.